All right, we're gonna put this Elite back together. I've greased the bearings. That's kind of boring. Put the fan on. There's a washer that goes under there. And then I have a new old stock assembly because, well, that has done that. Oddly enough, the fan looks beat up, but probably still serviceable. So we're gonna give it a try and see how that goes. You can use silicone putting this back together, but it was never designed for that. And being a direct air machine, it's always going to leak a little bit of dirt anyway, so I'm not too concerned. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this machine or not either, so there's a lot of mixed feelings for me that go in this. And then these screws that are like self-tapping, these are the ones that go in here. And the age of this machine definitely do it by hand. Now, I am joined today by Dr. Schwingelmeiner.
Dr. Schwingelmeiner.
And friends.
It.
Oh, yeah, that's real sleek doing that, right?
It's sneaky.
So we're just going to put this on, and we're going to snap it back together the best we can, see what it would do. It actually had a really nice brush roller with it. These always make me nervous when I put these back together. They always just, like, even if you try not to double thread these are designed to cut into the plastic a little bit, so they always have that kind of feel to them, and I cross tighten them with the torquing pattern, of course, but it's always a little all right, so that has been put on there. Now this is going to go. All sorts of other projects have been going on in the meantime, as the shop is just never ending in terms of projects. Now these really should be greased. Not very much, but they should have a little bit of grease on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with something. Just go ahead and rub a little bit of grease on there. So just a little bit of grease, and again that will keep this from making too much noise as well. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put that all on, and that now covers that gap, and we are good to go. I'm also going to put just a little bit of grease on the top of this. Like I said, you don't need very much, and that basically makes that. Now this is starting to crack, so I'm going to put this in by hand, but it should hold everything in place. Well, as you know, I'm not a fan of bowjacking anything ever on the channel, but the parts are becoming really hard to come by and expensive. And I'm not going to pay $40 for a new one of these. But I do have friends in interesting places who do have them, and they will send them to me at a later date. So until then, I've done a temporary repair to get this back together. There's actually a hole here that thing would have normally aligned with. So I'm taking advantage of that hole, and I've just cut a little shelf and found some hardware in my drawer. And now you can see it's actually very, very smooth, despite it being bowjacked. So that's what I'm doing temporarily. Gosh, I think I will probably see that friend. Thinking here, it's going to be a few months, probably another 4 or 5 months before I see that. So, and I would like to use this. I have the additional screw. I was going to put it in the hole there, and I forgot, and it's already set, and I don't want to mess with it. So we're going to tape this to the inner bag here in a few minutes. So that's been done. The next thing, I tried to order genuine belts. Those, of course, were not. Thank you, Amazon. I will put a link to the actual genuine ones I found on Amazon in the video below, if anybody's interested. Now, doing the belt on this has always been kind of backwards. This is the way we've always done it when I've worked at any repair shop. It is just easier to do that, and now we got the belt on. Almost to completion. So we're going to put the cover on. The cover just snaps on and vibrates a whole lot. And this is one of the things I don't like about these machines, is how much this stuff vibrates. So, and then the bottom cover is just going to rock on. Maybe. And you can see where the screw holes were for some models, but not for others. And you can also see the automatic height adjustment in the place where the other things would be as well. So there's a gasket here, and it is now time to put the rest of the assembly on here, which I have here. Oh, look, it was a $12 machine. Now before I get too far into doing the rest of this, I need to pull the Goodwill sticker off. We had a little bit of fiasco. The wife came and interrupted me, and I had used this somewhere else and just set it down like I do sometimes. So we're gonna put this thing back together now. I am going to put some extra silicone on here.
So, post-edit note, I lost the audio to this. I've had a lot of problems with the GoPro using audio, so unfortunately this doesn't have audio. So I sped up the footage, and it's really just me putting this thing back together. There's one more screw after we put the silicone on, and you want to just make sure you slide the bag in afterwards. So I'm just going to let this play so you can see what happens. I want to note, I was able to find 409 for the first time since the pandemic started, so that made me really happy. I bought 4 out of 5 bottles at Walmart. I usually get it at Costco, and I haven't seen it there since. I check every time I go. So the 409 made me happy. We're just going to put the bag on. It just slides on. And of course, we're going to put a HEPA bag in there as well. Always run your vacuums with a HEPA bag if there's one available, especially when you can get a factory HEPA bag. Now this screw just goes. You don't need to actually hold the nut. You can just put it in with your finger, and the nut gets held with the machine, by the way. So let's clean the rest of the marks off and put the machine back together, and let's try it now and see how it did. I think it cleaned up really well considering how beat up it was when I got it.
Half bad, was it?
Well, thanks for watching my repair vacuum on the Hoover Elite 200. I'm sorry I don't have any footage of me taking it apart from the beginning. But again, thank you. Thank you to all of our Patreons that make this content possible. Have yourself a great day, and check out these other videos here.